Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. My name is Sean Dexter. My name is Sean Dexter. My name is Sean Dexter. And I welcome you back to the Mango Grove for your daily analysis video. I have with me Krisha. Krisha, say hi.
And what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. And Sean's good morning, good morning, good morning. It's almost like a shot of coffee.
Coffee.
Like boom. And you're just all awake. Don't even need coffee.
Krisha's not a morning person at all, and I've turned into a morning person over the past 5 years or so.
No shit.
Yeah. So, yes, Krisha, a lot of exciting things to talk about today, or rather, things are beginning to get exciting. So, are you ready for today's analysis?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so before we do that, though, I do want to address something. I've been getting more than a few times now. I've got people having some trouble with this, and this is in regard to the Teachable website, a Mango Seed program, essentially where we list the course curriculum for those of you who are interested in checking out the Mango Seed program and seeing what it's about. I do get this question a lot where people are like, hey Sean, can I look at the entire curriculum? And the reason for that is because when they do come to the website, by the way, the link will be in the description if you're interested in checking it out. They come to the course curriculum over here, and Teachable has a very, very small arrow to display the entire course curriculum. So people think that it's only 3 modules or something like that. But in reality, if you click this arrow over here, you're going to see that there's a lot more, right? So the first 3 that they show is literally just the introduction modules. I don't want to say introduction really, but we dive right into the mindset of a trader, right? We start with some fun concepts behind risk management and thinking in terms of probabilities, etc., but we don't get too deep into the game theory over there. We just try to make it a little bit more fun for you guys before we dive into the actual candlestick analysis and the technical analysis. You guys can check out the previews over here too, by the way, if you guys want to have an idea of my teaching style, which is very, very different from most other educators on the internet, or rather even educators that you guys are used to in your university or your teaching, right? It's basically just a bunch of empty slides with a few points, and I'm drawing and explaining a lot. Okay, so not a lot of written material down over there. You may enjoy
Sean
it.
is more into the applied way of teaching.
Yeah, I like to be a little bit more visual and really drill down into the basic concepts and then build on that, right? So a lot of the complexities that you guys see in trading, by the way, are rather just spin-offs of very, very basic concepts that traders tend to skip, right? Even intermediate traders don't fully understand these basic concepts, and I don't blame them because nobody really covers it. Yeah, so going back to the point of why I'm over here on this page, just want to show you guys that, hey, if you click that arrow down there, you're going to be able to see all the modules over here. There's, how many modules are there? Module 8, Module 9, Module 10. We should probably, then there's Module X, miscellaneous seed videos. I have to update these. I have a bunch more, by the way. For those of you on the seed program, keep an eye on Module X as well as the module Mango Trading Strategies. I have a bunch of videos that have been kind of piling up on the site, and I'm going to start uploading them very, very soon.
Yes.
And then, yeah, the most recent module for all of you who are on the Mango C program who missed it, proficiency of momentum oscillators and divergences. All right. So a lot of you don't fully understand divergences. And believe me, I think it's probably 90% of you who think you understand it, but you don't really. I go over how to use oscillators, divergences, along with the other concepts that we've studied, okay, in combination with those concepts, and how you can use it safely and add a lot of strength to your trading. Okay, so secrets of divergences, confirmation, a lot of examples, how far back do I look, things like that. A lot of questions that people are very confused about, right? It's all covered over here. So Wag PM me I think a week or so ago saying, hey, I have a bunch of questions regard to divergences, and he had a lot of questions, and then I replied to him saying, hey, all of your questions will be answered in this module. And he replied with, yeah, I actually started the module, and damn, you're right, all the questions are answered. So yeah, just if you guys do have questions regarding to the momentum oscillator, I am guaranteeing you almost 99.999% of your questions regarding to divergences, overbought, oversold, etc. will all be covered over here. And if you do have questions after that, hey, feel free to PM me or ask questions in the Mango Seed private group. As you guys all know, in there we are really all just joyful people looking to help whenever we can. So yeah, I just want to again go over the fact that please click on that arrow if you want to get a good look at all the modules. It's not just those 3 over there. And yeah, you can go ahead and read the reviews too. But I do recommend checking out the reviews on the actual mangoresearch.co website. So yeah, let's go back to the actual technical analysis. It's something that I'm excited to talk about today because Bitcoin is very close, Krisha, to confirming a 2-day candle close over the Tenkin.
So let's just so Sean, actually, before we started off this video, guys, Sean's like, Bitcoin is drawing in one of the most beautiful ascending triangles
in the history of mankind. No, in the history of Bitcoin's history, at the very least. Yeah, you were saying,
I agree, actually. I agree.
It's gorgeous, is it not?
And the thing is that the more these patterns are dragged out, now people tend to misconstrue it. They're like, no, but it's a symmetrical. No, it's a descending triangle. And that's what happened in that entire 13, 14K region, right?
Yep.
Like,
yep.
At one point, I remember even I was almost in denial. But, I mean, it was a clear bearish descending triangle that broke to the downside. Now, this is a clear bullish ascending triangle. Yeah. Okay, and on a more technical standpoint, it is a bullish pattern.
So I'm going to quickly pan on over to the 6K region that you're talking about, Krisha, from all the way from 20K to 6K. This was putting in lower highs the entire time, and everybody was in denial because the euphoria was so high back in 2017 when we reached all the way to 20,000 that it was almost as though it was the half-life of the Bitcoin drug, that it took its time to get out of people's systems, right? And that's why we had such a long, prolonged duration of people in denial, even though, like, in hindsight, it's so obvious, right, Kusha? And then broke down. Like, so many people are bullish over here. Even though we were basically underneath all major levels on the higher time frames too. I'm talking about weekly, right? And hey, that was one. We don't often get big, easy trades like this, right? And you got to be ready for them when they do come. And this was one of them. 6K all the way down to 3K. It was pretty game-changing for us, Kusha, if you do remember. Yeah. And now, so I can go ahead and talk about the 14K region too, but I don't want to spend too much time. Now over here though, in this region, we are putting in higher lows. We have a flat top on the 2-day time frame. Now this is the 2-day, so it's not as strong as the weekly time frame that we had over here, but hey, it is pretty strong. It's pretty strong. Now, what Krisha and I are trying to point out over here is try to keep your biases aside. All right, this could break down. And you guys know that I'm looking at this Kumo twist over here. I'm looking at the C-span. We could break down over here, but like I've been saying for freaking 2 months now, until we lose those major levels, which was initially 8,563. Well, it's actually pretty much stayed 8,563 the entire time. Now it's actually 8,900. It's gone up a little bit, right? Just in the past 2 weeks, it's gone up, 8,900. So until we lose that, Krisha, there's no reason to be bearish, right? Just patience will. Yeah. So I'm leaning bullish right now. Okay, as long as we're maintaining the structure, I'm leaning bullish. What are your thoughts?
I mean, it's a bullish picture right now because if you're looking at the 2-day time frame and the 1-day time frame, let's just take those 2 time frames that's more immediate, okay? I'm not even going to pan on over to the weekly and stuff. But if you take those 2 time frames on the daily, now before, like a couple of days ago, that was looking bearish, right? I mean, we were hovering underneath all those key levels, 10 kin, 21, 10 SMA, and we were holding it as well overhead resistance.
Yep.
But now we've taken everything back and we've settled over it.
Yes.
Right, and that's true for the daily time frame as well as the 2-day time frame. The 2-day time frame, Sean, we took back a major horizontal at around 9,600. We took back the 10 simple moving average, and we took back the Tenkin.
Exactly.
So right now, like, it's a new range. Okay, the range is more of a bullish range in that it's from 9,600 going all the way up to 10,000, 10,160-ish on my chart.
So I do want to I do want to be a little bit more cautious over here, right? Just like when we're more cautious on the bear side towards the downside, I do want to wait for that confirmation of a open and a close above that 10 SMA and the Tenkin. Remember, we lost the Tenkin, okay, around, what was it, 17th of June, we opened underneath the Tenkin, and I had said, okay, we lost it, but I want to look for confirmation. I want to see an open and close, and even then I'll be looking for us losing the 21 EMA before I really start getting bearish. We didn't see that. We didn't see the open and close over the Tenkin. Let me zoom in a little bit for our audience. We took it right back. Okay, good, but we have to be fair. Even though I'm bullish, I don't want my biases to affect me. I don't want to start looking to get into position until we see that second 2-day candle close, which is coming in only 19 hours. 19 hours, I can wait. I can be patient, but Krisha, this is looking good. We're testing at 10 SMA, and we're bouncing right off it. We're not even coming down to test that Tenkin. This is looking really good.
Yeah, and I mean, what is this all leading up to?
So
what do we have at the end of the week?
Well, exactly. So let's get there one step at a time. One step at a time. Okay.
I'm just
I know
so excited.
Yeah. So right now we're looking at the 2-day time frame. Okay. So let's take it one step at a time. And the major level that we're looking at the 2-day time frame to break towards the upside, okay, is that 10,050-ish mark. All right. So let's say 10,000 round number right now. Remember, we talked about when do we get ultra bearish towards the downside, and initially it was around 8,553. Then it was somewhere around here at around 8,900, right? Okay, but now we need to do the same thing to the upside. To the upside, you can't get overly bullish. You can start positioning for it, yes, by all means. I'm not entirely sure if I will. I will have to look into it, think about it, and wait for a few more price action signals. But we're looking at 10,020, a 2-day candle close above that, or us taking out this wick over here, or rather this major wick all the way back in 2020, 12th Feb, right? 1 month before the big Corona candle.
Yeah.
So right over here, Krisha, when we do this, when we start either closing candles, 2-day candles above 10,000 on the 2-day time frame, or we take out this wick over here around 10,500, that's when I can start being, okay, we are going to around 11,900, perhaps even 14,000. But until then, we are still stuck in this range, okay? We are in a consolidation range. Yes, we're putting higher lows. Yes, it's a beautiful symmetrical ascending triangle, apologies, but prudence will be rewarded, in my opinion. Okay, so this is the 2-day Krisha. Now let's lead on to the next big time frame that we are looking at, which is the weekly. Okay, the weekly is coming in at 9,700, a major level, if I do remember correctly. Let me turn off my Ichimoku. So we're closing the week in how many days now? Only 4 more days. Remember, on the 2-day Krisha, what are we looking at? 10,000. Okay, we need a candle close about at 10,000. On the weekly, we don't need 10,000, to be honest. All we need is a candle close above 9,800-ish. 9,800, and I will start looking to get into position. So that will be the big first trigger for me, the early trigger. If Bitcoin wants to be a little bit more patient on the 2-day time frame and spend the next 2-day candle still consolidating, but close in 2 days and one day, right? So 2 days and one day will be essentially one weekly candle. If we can close about 9,750-ish, Krisha, that'll be my big green flag. Now it's still an early position, but I am willing to take that risk because look at the structure on the weekly here, Krisha. I have a clean chart open with a horizontal line drawn at 9,750, and it looks like a massive bull flag to me. That's being put in over here, and we have a measured move for this. Krisha, could you do one on your side? I'll do one on my side.
Sure. The measured move. So I mean, okay, I'm gonna do the measured move of the ascending triangle only, and then we'll do one for the bull flag. Okay, so if we break somewhere around here, that's gonna basically take me all the way up to, where is this? 11,540-ish, give or take. Okay. Now that's only for the ascending triangle. If you take it for the entire bull flag, right? Let's
around 13,900, 14,000.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what I'm getting, yeah.
Right, so these are like some crazy measured moves that we have, and not just that. What makes this all so bullish is what this translates to on time frames like the weekly time frame and the monthly time frame. But I understand what you're saying in that prudence is necessary because
exactly.
what is important to note okay, on Bitcoin's chart as it currently stands is the fact that we are still ranging. We have yet to take out major levels in order to really solidify a bullish or a bearish stance.
Yep.
Now you have Sean's bullish targets and what he's looking for price to take out in order to actually anticipate a further upside move, right? But on the downside, I don't know if you agree with me here. If Bitcoin does have to move down, okay, if it does have to take a bearish turn from here, I'm looking at, what is this wick? 8,900, is that what you have, Sean?
Yep, 8,900 was on the 2-day, and it lines up with the Kijun on the weekly time frame, Krisha.
And brilliant. So that's what I will personally be looking for if I'm anticipating a bearish move. If price takes that wick out,
so
for whatever reason,
on
the picture flips.
On the weekly time frame, we have confluence with the 2-day in terms of a breakdown. That 8,900 is going to be very, very key. The bulls are going to want to hold that. On the weekly time frame to the upside, however, we do have confluence. 9,800-ish is very close to 10,000. It's only a $200 difference, but it allows you on the weekly time frame, if Bitcoin is generous enough to actually structure itself that way in terms of candle closes, it allows you to get in an earlier position, right? So let's see how it all pans out. If this weekly closes above this 9,800-ish level, to be a little bit more safer, let's say 9,800, I would be looking to get a starter position. After that, on the weekly time frame, I was looking only at weekly candle closes. I'd be looking at around, right over here, guys, 10,189, which is a little above that 2-day time frame. So you can see how you can layer into your position as we start taking out major candles on the higher time frames. Speaking of major candles on the higher time frames, Krisha, now we can go ahead and see confluence with the next major time frame. So, quick recap. We talked about how the 2-day is a major time frame for us that we've been eyeing now for months, right? We have 2 2-day candles and a little bit more to complete 1 weekly candle, which is going to be even more major, right? Then, once we close that weekly candle, the day after that, we are going to be closing a monthly candle. And this is where things get really, really interesting. And I'm gonna I'll switch on over to another chart where we have a little bit more price action. Bitstamp should be good. Right over here, Krisha, we're seeing it all come together now. The Kijun is coming in right over there on the monthly time frame at 10,000. We have another major level that I'm looking for Bitcoin to close, which is around, I'm gonna say around number 11,000. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark 11,000 right over here. Cool. So 2 major levels on the monthly time frame. The first level is coming in exactly where the 2-day time frame is coming in at. So that we see confluence with that, because if you look at this, 6 days before the next monthly close, that's 3 2-day candle closes. If we see the 2-day candle close within the next 3 candles break its ascending triangle to the upside, that's going to have symmetry and confluence with the monthly taking out the Kijun finally, after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months, Krisha. 10 months. Ooh. And so, honestly, the first time it took it back all the way over here, Krisha, the trudge towards 14,000.
14, yeah.
I wouldn't even really consider us taking that back, right? It was like a parabolic move, much like what we discussed in our previous Bitcoin video on the 20,000, right? Where we pushed up there, that parabolic euphoria, those candles. If you discount those, we are going to see that Bitcoin never has closed a monthly candle into that 11,000 region. Mm-hmm. Are we going to do that now?
And you know what's going to be important to note here, Sean, is that if we do end up taking out that Kijun, okay, in terms of levels, just simply cloud levels, okay, so levels based on the Ichimoku cloud, we're clear. Okay, Indeed. It's clear skies. There's nothing else. Now, if you look at the 14K region, when we did take out the Kijun on that 14K region, we had the Tenkin sitting right above us, okay, and we got rejected off that Tenkin.
Yep.
We held that as resistance overhead. Taking out the Kijun, it's clear skies, at least in terms of the Ichimoku.
Exactly, there's nothing more to hold us back. And historically, let's go ahead to BLX, Krisha, very, very quickly before we wrap this video up. I think we're already in the 20-minute mark, and I wanted to keep this video This is it, yeah. Only around 15 minutes, but hey, this failed, and I have a massive bull flag already drawn over here on my PLX. So yeah, you guys are seeing it, and just keep an eye. Let me go ahead and hide the horizontals. I want you guys to look at the Ichimoku over here, the Tenkin and the Kijun. When we have closed multiple candles above the Kijun, 21 EMA and the Tenkin, it has led to a massive macro scale bull market. Yes, we have red months, but on the big picture, Bitcoin just drifts for 1,000% moves. So be ready for that, guys. Be ready for that. Go ahead and show you guys the weekly too on this template, and you guys are going to see that whenever we are above the Tenkin 21 EMA, as well as the Kijun, as well as the cloud, right? If the cloud, okay, let's look at this area right over here. If you guys want to look for the ultra bullish setup, which you don't have just yet, but what are we looking for? Green cloud above the Kijun, above the Tenkin, and above the 21 EMA. Get all four of those, right, with the 200 moving average guiding your direction of the entire market. You're going to see, again, very similar to what the monthly was showing us, right? The monthly is a little bit more smoother. The 21 EMA gives you, the weekly rather, gives you good buy opportunities on the 21 EMA. We'll talk about that when the time is right, but hey, we don't have that set up just yet. But look at that cloud, Krisha.
Yeah.
We're going to wrap up with that tease right over there. It may be twisting green, and it's been a while since Bitcoin has twisted green on the weekly time frame. The last time it did that was actually all the way back on 6th of June 2016. 4 years later, one halving later, Bitcoin might be ready for another run. With that being said, guys, my name is Sean Dexter. Krisha, do you want to say your goodbyes?
Yes, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way, guys.
We'll be seeing you guys in the next video, which, by the way, is coming up very soon. It's going to be Krisha giving us her thoughts on Cardano. So stay tuned for the next episode of Mango Ball Z.